Boy, are you a Nintendo 64 or is that Rumble Pack in your pocket? Or neither? L.
Uh-oh. And now we play the waiting game. Hosted by Ruby Wax. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, got one. Oh, a hard one. Good luck. Oh, Ralph. And Clive. And another one of those. Game wants you gone. Oh, Mr. Vertigo! Time to spam some answers once it starts. Might as well spam them now. Go, 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 go!
I'm eating a whole pack of Oreo double creme biscuits, and no one can stop me. Not even Vixen. Nom nom.
This is quite a valuable warm-up game, isn't it? 60,000 dudes. Might have to rescale it. Well done, Clive.
cassette tapes had sides A and B, so it's only logical that their successor is a CD.
Oh, goodness me, the joke's already starting. Thank you very much for the 21-month resub there, Danny Gambit, and all of the other things going on. I will also get to those in a moment. Hello, welcome to you all, folks.
I'm having some lovely crackers and Sanfelicien cheese while playing along tonight.
And thank you for the 100 bits there. Enjoy the crackers and cheese, though. I mean, I'm not so particular with the cheese, but the crackers, sure, why not? Dry crackers, maybe not. I'll have to have something else with them instead. But thank you for the 100 bits. Yeah, boy. Now, I wasn't actually going for that eventually, but yeah, it just happened. And but that is how it goes, I suppose. Welcome to you all. Thank you to the Syndicate for the 100 bits for the quiz for them spies. 100 bits from Matt, eating a whole pack of Oreo double cream biscuits. A whole pack. Nom nom. Yeah, I'm guilty of doing that every once in a while. Thank you for the 100 bits, though, Matt. Thank you for the 50-month resub from Colo.
Tonight's game will be available for sale on Laserdisc. Offer only valid in Singapore.
Well, there's still a thing in Singapore. I think there's still a thing in Japan. Certainly karaoke Laserdiscs are certainly still a thing in Japan. Thank you for the 100 bits there already. Thank you for the 50-month resub from Colo, who just goes L. I'm hoping I'm not being given an L at that point, but I appreciate the Roman numeral 50 there. Thank you for the 50-month resub, Colo. Do appreciate that. Plus another 100 bits from Sportsy.
Added feature today. If you don't make top 6, you are cursed with a chest buster. In Archie, no one can hear you scream.
No one can hear you scream. No. Thank you for the 100 bits there, Sportsy. Though, it is funny you say added feature today. I almost half decided to add a new feature to this game that would probably completely ruin the balance of it, but it was certainly an idea I had. Will I talk about it now? No, I'm going to talk about it whenever I decide I'm going to do it, which is probably never. But there was an idea I had that would fundamentally change the balance of the game. But yeah, it's an interesting little thing. Thank you, 100 bits there. I know it's not nice to keep secrets, but I have to keep them only because otherwise you don't keep coming to the stream. If I just give out all the secrets right now, I'd be like, well, that's it. Show's over, quiz night's done, bye. I have to hold something in reserve. We also got a 64-month resub. 64 months, Clive. Thank you very much for that. Boy, are you a Nintendo 64 or is that a rubble pack in your pocket? Or neither. Thank you for the 64-month resub there, Clive. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing all well. And also, happy Pride Month to everyone out there as well. Hope you're all enjoying that so far. I missed going to Kelham Pride because I was busy doing another gig on the Saturday during the day. But there is supposed to be a Sheffield Pride, and there's also a picnic as well happening in July in Sheffield. So I'm going to be trying to attend those if I can. But yeah, happy Pride to you all out there for Pride Month. I hope you are doing well out there. And I think that is all caught up now with all of the alerts and all of the notifications that have come through as well. You really think you get rid of that easily? No, I don't want to get rid of you. That's the whole point, Mix. I want to keep you coming back for more and more and more. That's what it is. He's going to turn his game to Zetontion. Now, that would be a pivot score. Turning this into Zetontion, that would be a hell of a pivot. But no, there was an idea I had that was... I guess it wouldn't fundamentally shift the balance of the game, but it allows for a bit of catching up in places where you might need it. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I'll just tease that because I've got other teasing things to talk about later on this stream after we've played this game. So if you want to play tonight's game of Relativity, a game all about guesstimations and predictions, then you need to enter in a room code. You can either do this in Twitch Whispers, or it does have the powerful version of Hackbox now. So if you want to go to hackbox.ca, get yourself signed in on Twitch, and then enter in this following room code here, and you'll have a much better experience overall. SGJN, that's the room code you need to enter in to play tonight's game. Clive, wrap it in first into the lobby tonight. And tonight's game has been written by Mr. Only 91573, aka Alex, which has got a lot of Alexisms, I think is a good way of describing the pack. A lot of Alexisms and a lot of really fun trivia to be had as well. Notably so because when Pokernuts did the proofing job on this, he did leave a comment saying, hashtag sorry not sorry for at least 2 of the explainers. Do you have to log into Hackbox through Twitch? No. Well, log into Hackbox, but then log in on Twitch on Hackbox, if that makes sense. Even if you don't, I think there is also 2-factor authentication fallback on it. But it is just much easier just going on to hackbox.ca, clicking the little Twitch icon in the corner, and then it'll ask you to authenticate with Twitch. Do that, then it will load your user and avatar through. Then you enter in the room code, and then it allows you to join in this game with your Twitch account. Just so that I know exactly who you are when you're playing the game on Hackbox. It is simple as that. Hackbox has got those smooth, sexy graphics as possible. Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Though I do want to do a little bit more with this game and also a couple of other games as well on Hackbox, just to make it a little bit nicer still. But of course, as I keep mentioning, there's a long laundry list of things to do, and there at least one of those things is now getting crossed off my list tonight. Though that then basically sprawls out to another laundry list of things to do after that are related to it. So yeah, it's just it's a never-ending process. It really is. But there you go. I'm hoping that we can get some new stuff out on stream soon, TM. Some of that including a new version of Outright, which I did do a little teaser image of, which is literally just me putting boxes together. There's not actually any logic to that, but it does have all the boxes that I would like to have in the new edition of Outright. And as you can see, it basically looks the same, just a bit shinier. In most cases, it just looks a little shinier and condensed things into elements that just makes it a little easier to read, because you don't need to have a big status bar along the top of the game to keep track of things. You can sort of condense multiple little things into one little part of the screen instead. And that's the route I'm going with Outright. And Outright will be mobile friendly this time round as well, Suddy Cat, because I'm building it with Unity 2022. Yes, 2022, the same version I used with Drop. It shall support mobile.
Sings note, this is the list that never ends.
It very much
Sings note.
Very much is the list that never ends, Milk. Thank you for the 100 bits. So yes, it will support mobile input, and we'll hopefully be able to support mobile gameplay from the get-go. I mean, technically the version that I have already does. It's just it has stupid lockout features that prevent you from actually playing on mobile, even though it can actually really run it. It's a bit weird, that version of Unity, but it was back when WebGL was only really a bit of a babby. Well, I say that, it wasn't. It was several years old, but pretty much no one used it. Now people are starting to use it, and now they're starting to unlock it a bit more on things like Unity, etc. How is Babby form? Very much to Dario. So yeah, Outright is sort of the next big thing to update, and that's going to use the same sort of control network system that Drop does, because that seems to have a bit of a reliable connection to it, which is nice. I like reliable connections. There seems to be the ongoing problem with the old version of Outright is that it just likes to kill people's connections whenever it feels like it wants to, and that's not good when people don't get to play the game because tech decides it doesn't want to run. So that's sort of the number one reason why it's getting the update, and while I'm doing the update I might as well make it look a bit nicer as well, even if it is basically the same game. Don't jinx it! Touch wood, touch wood, touch wood. It's all fine, it's all fine, it's all fine. Right, I think we should get this game underway. It's 20 past 8. It has got anytime entry in this game as well, so we can have a bit of a chill game tonight, because we only have this and then the announcement later on, so we can just sort of relax through the game tonight. No real pace to worry about. Welcome to the game there, Connor. Hope you're doing well. And Hex, the other way you can play is on Twitch. If someone else didn't already get to you there, you can just play it in Twitch Whispers, whispering to Quizbot 3000. Chilling in space. I mean, yeah, you kind of do so. Although you also boil. It's a bit weird when you're in space, right? It's also simultaneously cold and boiling, because of course it is. That's how space works. And 62 months. Oh, I'm suffocating.
Oh, this happened. 62 months.
62 months just happened to have happened. Thank you for the 62-month resub there, Connor. Greatly appreciate your continued support, and hope you're doing well. Welcome in on this game. Right, let's get this game underway. Written by Oni, proofed by Pokenuts, and let's play Relativity! And let's begin, as always, with round one. It's called General Relativity. So in this round, we'll give you a statement about a number. However, that number might not necessarily be correct. It's your job to determine whether the number in the statement is lower, equal, or higher than what we initially set out. And if you are correct in your prediction, then congratulations. You get yourself some points for making the correct prediction. 500 to be exact in this game. In Twitch Whispers, you can use L, E, or H for lower, equal, or higher. You can use the less than symbol, equal symbol, greater than symbol. Lots of other variations you can use as Whisper to Quizbot 3000. If you're on Hatbox, hopefully it will present you with 3 big buttons to click. Lower, equal, or higher. You click the one that you believe is correct. If at any time your Hackbox game decides it doesn't want to work, you should be able to fall back to using Twitch Whispers at any point. So if for some reason clicking the button doesn't work, you can go back to Twitch Whispers and enter in that way as a fallback. So if for whatever reason tech does go wrong, there is another way. So if you're all ready, good luck, and let's play General Relativity. Here is your first statement. Across its longest side, a professional snooker table is roughly 45 snooker balls long. Is that lower, equal, or higher? Where's the cue ball going? I don't know. Is it 45 cue balls away? Last 2 seconds, get your answer in. And that there is time. You know, I never really considered how long a table is by number of balls. I've never really properly considered that. And I know snooker tables are particularly long, but are they 45 balls long? I really don't know.
Big break theme intensifies.
Big break theme intensifies. It does indeed. Thank you for the hundreds and reminding me about Big Break, actually, because Ben's got a thing about that coming up soon. He has, if I look at my schedule, or on his schedule, should I say, on the 22nd of June. So we're looking at a couple of weeks' time. Yeah, a couple of weeks' time from now. There's a thing called Big Break Live. Yeah, he's doing presumably a live version of Big Break. So that'll be a bit of fun, won't it? He's also got Battlefront along with that as well. So that's going to be it's all bees. Battlefront and Big Break Live. All of the bees happening. It's on the 22nd of June, but he's also got a stream this Saturday and the Saturday after, 8th and the 15th of June in between. But yeah, it's going to be a bit interesting. A Big Break Live edition. And we move that up. So, for pool, at least the cue ball is smaller and bigger than the others. But yet, when you play in a pub, it always goes. Yes, it does. Well, so American 8-ball pool, that is very much the case. I'm not entirely sure if that's the case with like UK red and yellow ball version. If that's the same or not, I can't remember actually. But we will see what you think about the number of snooker balls long for a snooker table. Okay, so 7 believe it is shorter than 45 snooker balls long. 11 believe it is the right length. And 13 believe it's more than 45 snooker balls long. Pool tables also sometimes use magnets. Magnets for the cue ball. It's like golf with friends, but with pool instead. So that's where you've gone. There seems to be a slight majority going to higher, so a longer table, or longer than 45 snooker balls. Is that right? It is right. 70 snooker balls. It's bloody long. So yes, the table is 12 foot long. and a snooker ball is 2 1/16 inch in diameter. Why can't you just make it 2? Why do you have to have the extra 1/16 of an inch? So do the maths on that. You get 144 divided by 2.0625 equals to 69, nice, 0.8181 balls long. So round to the nearest integer, it's 70. No, I didn't write it specifically so you can say nice and balls in the same sentence. Why did you ask? An additional note also, I will make this additional note apparent as well, because Poker did something, discovered something I didn't realise, but it's now going to go on my list of things to remember about quiz proofing, because before anyone jumps in and says, but what about American snooker? Because apparently that's a thing. An American snooker table is 10 foot long on its longest side, and with a 2 1/8 inch ball diameter. Because, of course, why not make it different? Which would make that 56.471 balls in length. But it would still be greater than the original statement of 45, so still holds true for being higher, even if it is a slightly different number. So, yeah, apparently American snooker's a thing. Shorter table with slightly larger balls. Cool. Why? Yes, 13 of you went the right way. Congratulations, 13 of you getting 500 points for saying that there are 70 snooker balls long, or at least saying higher than the 45 we initially provided you. And that is how this game works, at least for this round anyway. It's a nice, easy start into the game, and then we get you to predict the numbers themselves. Okay. We move on to statement number 2, and let's have a look at this. Oh, Puzzle Dan! You've already locked an answer in. Okay. The Guinness World Record for the most concrete blocks in a single stack broken with one hand is 21. How did you lock an answer in so fast? Lower, equal, or higher? The Guinness World Record for the most concrete blocks in a single stack broken with one hand is 21. You accidentally hit the button. Oh, man. I think it's the first time I've actually experienced a accidental click on Hackbox, but it's how it goes, I'm afraid. Speed reading contest. Well, it certainly would have been very fast locking. I don't think the Twitch message was even there yet. So 21 is what we're offering you for concrete blocks broken with one hand. Is 21. That's a lot. That sounds like a lot. Though I suppose it depends on how thick the concrete blocks are, because you could really cheat them to be really, 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 really thin and really, really fragile, so that you can just smash loads of them in one go. What do you think? Okay, 15 believe that is the right number. 11 believe it is lower than 21, so fewer than 21, and 7 believe more than 21 blocks. Yeah, so what's the standard according to Guinness World Records? Do they offer a standard for what a concrete block is? No, they don't describe what the standard is for a concrete block, but there is a number of them, is all I know. Yeah, we don't know how thick the concrete block is, and that would certainly make a difference. If they're very thick blocks, then it's going to be hard. 21, is that right? Or slightly different? We go higher, still just 7 going the right way there, then being Puzzle Dan! You got the right answer! Cetra, Sportsy, Rotten Rapunzel, Midget on the Internet, Vixen, and Connor all went the right way there. So yes, the world record is 37 broken with one hand, achieved by the Turkish martial artist Ali Bakçepe in 2015. He also holds the male world record for most blocks broken in 60 seconds, which is a total of 1,175. His neighbours must love him. So yeah, unofficially, according to recordsetter.com, the current record, because of course Guinness World Records aren't really a record-holding company now, are they? I'll let that one stew for a bit. But anyway, unofficially, according to recordsetter.com, the current record is 82. 37 is nothing in comparison, though whether that counts or not is up to you. It's still higher than 21, so either way, you get points or you didn't. Thank you, Ohei. You understand the reference. But yes, if you're willing to part ways with like $10,000, then you too can get a record in your own name. He's very proud. Very, very proud, mother. Moving on to question number 3. Pozdan, I'm just going to put that out there. Hands away from your keyboard and mouse right now, because we're about to reveal the next question. Don't want you to click a button. Although it did work out for you, so, you know, it's a 1 in 3. Here's the next question. Oh, okay, Clive and Matt. According to NASA, there are 293 moons in orbit in the solar system. Lower or equal or higher. You don't get any bonus points for being faster in this round. Or in any round, for that matter, really. It's only the final round where it matters-ish. As a second-level tie-break mechanic. Which moon are we talking about? There are multiple of them. There's the moon, and moon, at the very least. And by moon, we mean... Oh, God. Do we actually have a definition for moon? For those who don't know what a moon is? No, we actually don't have a definition on paper right now. But yes, we are talking to NASA. We just rang them up on the phone. And we said 293. What do you think? Oh, almost some super splittage going on there. 12 believe fewer than 293. 11 believe that is the right number. 9 believe more than 293 moons in orbit in the solar system. So if we break this down, we have got 1 moon for Earth. That one we know for certain. Then there are 95 at Jupiter, sure, 146 at Saturn, 28 at Uranus, 16 at Neptune, and 5 for the dwarf planet Pluto. Yes, we are including Pluto. It's the entire solar system, not just the planets, which brings us to a total of exactly 293. So 11 players went the right way with the exact answer. Clive, Milk, Puzzledan, Danny, Oh Hey, Cetra, Bassoonist, Flyboy Sue, Colo, and Vixen all went the right way. The Dan Strat works apparently. Are we really just doing 1 in 3s right now? But yes, there are 293 moons in orbit in the solar system. Well done to 11. Went the right way for 500 points. It's what I'm doing normally anyway. Well, you don't apply any sort of logic whatsoever, then why do I even bother with this round? Why do I even bother with this game? Good night, folks. Bye! He says as he struggles on OBS because it still doesn't work with Stream Deck. That joke would have been funnier if I did the transition faster. But there you go. We move on. Let's continue on to question number 4. Statement number 4, shall we? Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Statement number 4 is this. Thank you, Timor. And to know, the first Isle of Man TT motorcycle race was held in 1929. Lower, equal, or higher? Yeah, but it's not necessarily about your content this time, Oni. The first time that was about your question content specifically. This one is about people just breaking my shit by not actually playing the game. It's a very different way, very different metric for leaving the game. That is time. So yeah, the first Isle of Man TT motorcycle race in 1929. And by lower we mean older, and by higher we mean younger, as in more recently in time, if that makes sense to you. Let's see where you went. Okay, quite a few. 18 believe it is an older sport than that, so older than 1929. 8 believe that is the first year of the Isle of Man TT, and 7 believe it is younger than that, so happened later than 1929. Is there anything I could say before I press the button? I don't think there is, because that number is about something else. 1929? No. It was indeed older. 1907 was the year of the first Isle of Man TT. 1929, coincidentally, was actually the year of the first ever Monaco Grand Prix. The first TT event held 2 races for single and twin cylinder engines, with the fastest lap running at an average of 42 miles per hour. Only about 95 miles per hour slower than the current record is. That's That's a very big difference, that. But yes, 1907 was the correct answer there, which was lower. So 500 points for those that went lower. 18 of you went that particular way, getting some points. Congratulations. Brandon, quick guesswork. Let's go. Stop it. Stop making my game not a thing. You're supposed to be thinking about these questions. Don't be just random 1 in 3ing. Oh, well, I suppose. Play the game however you want. You get dukes either way. Question number 5. Good luck. Here is the statement. Thank you, Clive and Taro. Of the 24 people in the line of succession to the British throne, 6 are female. Lower, equal, or higher? I'm playing the game nicely, Ash. Am I a good boy? Yes, you are a good boy, Proogs. And that is time. I might as well just say blah on the next question. But no, that would not be fair to those who are actually playing the game properly. We're doing some thinking by trying to meta the number of each answer there have been so far. Oh, right, so you're trying to now meta the question writing, thinking, oh, there's probably going to be an even number of lower, equal, higher distributed somewhat in round 1, and because randomness isn't really random, when a human does it, then it has to be a certain pattern. That's what you're actually doing. Whether or not only follows that particular paradigm, well, we'll find out, I suppose. You can't meta only, says Danny. Let's have a look to see where players have gone for the actual question, which is, of the 24 people in the line of succession to the British throne, 6 of them are female. Okay, 40 believe that's the right number. 8 believe there are fewer than 6, and 11 believe there are more than 6 females in the line of succession, in the 24 people of the line of succession to the British throne. Let's have a look then. The correct answer we're looking for here is... It is higher at 12. So exactly half of the people in the line of succession to the British throne are female. Well, good. 50%. That's nice equal representation there. Nothing like a bit of equality in a hierarchy that you're never going to be deemed esteemed enough to be part of, eh? Princess Charlotte is third in line after Princes William and George. Well, there you go. So yes, the correct answer was higher. 11 went the right way, then being Clive, Poznan, Danny, Zeus Kolo, Kirstuken, Ohe, Vixen, Netta, Arun, and Electron there. Well done. Points going your way. And there's one final statement in this round before we have a look at the leaderboard for the first time. So if you're ready, if you want to read the question or not, up to you. Here is statement number 6. Despite claiming not to use it at all, the original 1939 printing of the novel Gadsby by Ernest Vincent Wright actually contains 4 uses of the letter E. Lower, equal, or higher? Sure. This is an interesting question, must be said. Despite claiming not to use it at all, the original 1939 printing of the novel Gadsby by Ernest Vincent Wright actually contains 4 uses of the letter E. What do you think? Okay, 19 believe there are fewer than 4 uses. 9 believe that is the right number. And 4 believe there are more than 4 uses of the letter E in the printing of the novel. I mean, there are 3 just in the author's name, says Tipster. O'Hay's going, I'm guessing it's 1. Yes, it is a very common letter, though. That was, I guess, the whole point of the challenge of writing Gadsby without writing with the letter E, because it is such a common letter. But it does indeed have more than 0 E's. How many E's? Exactly 4 E's. The is said thrice, so that's 3 E's. And then there's a single mention of the word officers. So there's your 4th E. Makes you wonder why he bothered if he's just going to lie like that. Have you seen social media in 2024, folks? You can get away with absolute murder, and people will believe it. 9 went the right way, saying that 4 was the right answer. Clive, Sportsy, Tadaru, Matt, Vixen, Timor, Bassoonist, Electron, and AJB all going the right way there for 500 points apiece. Yeah, I know social media. I know, Oni, but they are humans, much like we are humans. So if you can do stuff in 2024, then you could probably have done stuff back then in 1939 of a similar nature, and people will bloody believe you. Are we human? Or are we dancer? Thank you, Ohei. 9 went the right way, getting some points. That is the end of round number 1. Let's have a look at the leaderboard. Oh no! Mr. Vertigo on a goose egg at the end of round number 1, but fortunes can easily turn around in rounds 2 and 3. We have seen players down at the bottom of the leaderboard climb all the way up to the top. So it is not a done deal yet at all. You can get lots of points still. No one on the perfect game. Vixen is our best so far with 5 of 6 right in the round with 2,500. Then we've got Clive Puzzleton and Silver Electron with 4 of 6 right, getting 2,000. A few on 3 of right, quite a lot on 4, 2 of right, and then a few on 1 right out of 6. But yes, anything can happen. Sorry, a finite number of things can happen in round number 2 and round number 3. You know how it all works. Let's continue on to round 2, which is ranged relativity. So, this time round, we'll give you a question. You need to give me a numerical response. The number will always be a positive integer. No, not necessarily positive integer. What am I talking about? It's a whole number, but it could be positive, it could be negative. Depends on what the ranges are, I suppose. We do provide you with a range of possible values that your answer must lie between. But it can be negative, it can be positive. Most of the time, though, it is a positive integer number, but they'll always be integers, always be whole numbers. You just need to give me an answer as close as you can to the correct answer. The closer you are, the more points you get. And if you get absolutely on the nose, you can get the full 1,000 points on offer for a correct answer. Yes, like I said, 1,000 points available on each question here in round number 2. And then it gets even more in round number 3. Balance! So, if you're all ready, in Whispers on Quizbot 3000, you just give me the number. On Hackbox, you can use the slidey thing, or you can dial it in with the spinner, or you can type the number in directly. But remember, you must submit your answer for it to be sent over to me. If you do not actually submit it, it will not come to me, and you will not get an answer locked in. Okay, good luck. Here's your first question. Go away, Google. The NHS tells me that I'm supposed to consume 2,500 calories a day. If I decided to reach that total by consuming nothing but candies from Pez dispensers, how many individual candies would I need to eat? Answer between 120 and 1,200 Pez candies. I mean, it's probably not good health advice to fill your entire calorific content with Pez's, but I mean, you do you. Last few seconds to get an answer in. And that there is time. While the question is live, Hex, it will delete messages, just so it tries to avoid spoilers, but after that you can then freely use the chat. But yes, you can use the public chats to send an answer if you don't want to use a whisper window. Just love the lack of trust that everyone has in Oni right now. Real question is how many years it would take you to get diabetes, says Tadaro. Oh, I don't know about that. You'll have to ask NHS maybe, or I don't know, some other medical clinic. Let's have a look to see what your guesses are. Okay, Ralph is our lowest guess with 130 Pez candies, and then it's Rotten Rapunzel with 141. Jumping up a bit, we've got Tadaro and Basudis on 250, Krugs with 369, Natter and Navy Mead with 420 Blaze It, Clive with an even 500, Sportsy with 600, jumping up to Puzzdown on 702, Hex and Collar with 1,000 of them, and our biggest guess is Danny with 1169, 1,169 pezzes to make up 2,500 calories. But yeah, that's a lot. Well, we'll find out now what the correct answer is. Shrug emoji. Remember, the closer you are, the more points you get. The correct answer is 857. So going higher on the scale was more advantageous. AJB was our closest guess. We're getting 948 points for that guess. And then it was Topper, next best, getting 909. And then it was Vixen, 890 points for that guess. So yes, one roll of Pez contains 12 candies, and combined in that entire roll is 35 calories. So you're approximately 3 calories per Pez. So according to Oni, you'd have to eat about 71 of them to hit the 2,500 calorie total. So 71 packets of 12. And do the maths on that, 857. Now, it sounds unhealthy, but if I lubricate them with a bit of honey first, I should get the other nutrients. Again, I don't think that's particularly good health advice, Only, but again, you do you. It's up to you if you want to do that. Well done, AGB, getting the most points. Unfortunately, Ralph, your guess of 130 was a bit too far away, and you're getting nothing for that guess. So we put that one away. So that's how the round works. And we just rinse and repeat for some more questions. And I'm telling you now, the next one is... What? Oh, I think okay. Right, we'll see what this is all about. I'm just reading. Oh, I've looked. A lot of these questions. I'm reading them for the first time right now, and they're certainly questions. Good luck, everybody. Here comes question number 2. In October of 2020, Twitter user @RubyDrummer cycled from Poo Poo Point in Washington to PP Creek in Ohio. Haha. How many miles long was the journey? Ends between 500 and 5,000 miles. How many times of the Proclaimers song, essentially, is what we're asking here, from one time of 500 miles or up to 10 times of 500 miles? And that there is time. Starting to sound a bit like the that round of questions I had to play on Moneybags at 24-Hour Game Show Marathon last year with real US place names, like Wet Beaver Creek or whatever it was that I picked up because it sounded familiar. Actually lived not too far from Poo Poo Point, says Tadaro. So you know where that is. Do you know where PP Creek is, though? That's the real question. How long is the United States again? Depends in which direction you're going, Hex. Going up, down, sidey side, diagonal. Yeah, it's at least 4 miles, says Solar. Let's be honest. Accurate. It is at least 4 miles. Let's see where. Let's start that sentence again. Let's see where you have guessed. Unsurprisingly, we've got a lot of meme answers. Carlo is our smallest guess with 790 miles. And then Timur with 1234 and Clive with 1323. Let's just bring up that meme point here of a 2569 from Suddycat, Puzzle Down, Ralph, Tadaru, and Silver Electron all going with the meme number here. Then Curse Tukun with 2608. Then we go to Suyu and Mr. Vertigo with 3333, Hex and Basudis with 3500. Our biggest guess is Pyro with 4356. Get Alish to say poo poo and PP lots. I mean, if you want that, you know, just mute the game and go poo poo pee pee 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 poo poo pee pee. There you go. At least a few times there for you. Let's see what the right answer is. What is the distance between Poo Poo Point and PP Creek? Well then, I think the meme number did it well. 2553 was the correct answer. So those with the 2569 were only 16 miles off the correct answer. And you know why it's 2553? For a different meme result. They deliberately cycled 69 miles a day. Because why not at this point? And then they reached their target after 36 days. So yeah, if you do 69 times 36, you get 2553. No, not quite exactly that, but it's close enough. But you use different logic with the dumpster lounge 2569, and you basically get the right answer. So clearly, yeah, meme numbers are your winner here. I think anyone who puts meme answers should be docked 25.69% of their points, says Topper. And Arun goes, I agree. No, I can't do anything about that, I'm afraid, folks. But well done to Sunnycap, Puzzledown, Ralph, Tadaro, and Silver Electron, all going with the meme answer and being 9 points shy of the maximum there. Very well done. Unfortunately, Pyropygmy, you were the furthest away, getting no points for your guess. But yes, it was indeed 25.53, because of course it was. And it was actually done as a humanitarian project to raise funds and awareness of people in Yemen. He raised a total of $11,466 from his original goal of 5,000 for roughly 5,000 miles total was the original idea. Okay. Put that one away. And apparently we've now got at least 2 clips of me saying poo poo pee pee poo poo pee pee poo poo pee pee poo poo pee pee Batman. You see, you missed that one, didn't you? Before that one gets clipped and becomes remixified. Okay, well, let's continue on to question number 3, shall we, folks? Question number 3 is this. Across every US presidential election held between January of 1900 and December 1999, how many electoral votes, for example, seats, did every winning candidate receive combined? Answer between 538 and 10,538. Bloody hellfire. Oh, I can see this is the first of the working out sheets, yes. Try another answer, Shiru. There you go. Your other answer did come through. Yes, this is the first of the ancillary sheets on Google Sheets, where all of the math has been done. Yeah, that's certainly some math. You did the monster math. Right. Let's have a look to see where you have gone here. Okay, smallest guess we've got is Basudis with 2,000, then Topper with 2411. Jumping up a bit to Hex on 5,000, Pyro on 6289, Cat with all the 6s, there's a meme number there, Timor, Vixen, Bits Vertigo and Shiru with a 6969. Tadari with 7650, Zeus with 7974, and our biggest 2 guesses we've got Arun on 9,000. And Ralph, one shy of 10,000, going with 9,999. So yeah, across every US presidential election held between January of 1900 and December of 1999, how many electoral votes did every winning candidate receive combined? Just the winning candidate here. So obviously you're not getting necessarily the full electoral count each time. Although in some cases it was almost a landslide completely one way or the other. But what was the correct answer? Let's find out, shall we? Oh, you were right to go high, Ralph. 10,065. You're off by just 66 electoral votes. Getting yourself 992 points for that guess. Very well done. Then it was Arun with the next best guess, getting 868. And then it was Ohei with 806. So yes, it runs close between the parties. Republicans edge Democrats out by just over 600 votes across the full 100 years. Interesting thing, looking up this, is just how much of the elections between World War I and JFK are pretty much blowout wins. Very much so. Yeah, we've got 472 in 1932, 523 electoral seats in 1936, 449 in 1940. Then it dies off a bit, comes back up again 1972, 520 going the other way in 1972, and 525 in 1984. Those are your big swings, your big wins on the US presidential elections, and the rest are, yeah, you sort of your high 200s, mid 300s kind of value. So well done to Ralph with a very good guess there. Just 8 points shy from the maximum there. Basudis, unfortunately, your guess of, I think it was 1,200 you put down, was far too far away, getting absolutely nothing for that. Okay. From the world of US politics, we go to bloody Streeter, bloody Furman once again. It's another Guinness World Record for you folks. Have a look at this. What's the current world record for most pint glasses balanced on the chin? Answer between a 10 and 100. Because of course it is. Bloody Streeter Furman again. What's the current world record for most pint glasses balanced on the chin? How many records has he got now? 81? No, that's not the right number. Though I might have just spoilt the answer by saying that because I saw the number in the factoids. Let's quickly reveal the answers. Yeah, let's just quickly reveal the answer, shall we, folks? Because I just completely ruined that. 81 was the correct answer. Mr. Vertigo with the absolute guess. Very well done with a full 1,000. Then it was Connor 1 away, 986. And then it was AB Me, 2 away, 972. Yeah, I just completely ruined the tension on that one. Yes, of course it's him. World record holder for world's most bored man. He balanced 81 on his chin for a total of 12 seconds, because that's all you need to do is balance it for 12 seconds. As they were American pints, and as a result 15% smaller than a real pint. Oh my god, this is where we get differences in pints again. You should probably knock a few glasses off the real world record count, but I mean, what do I know? From discussions, Ash will know how to milk this one. It's bloody him again, Ash. It's everywhere. I didn't even look at that. Didn't even look at that column then. And I would have milked it if I didn't completely ruin with the number 81 in the factoids there. Oh, bloody hell. Why do I read things, chat? Why do I do that? Why don't I just let things happen in natural flow? Because I try to innovate and that doesn't work, does it? Anyway, well done to Mr. Vertigo. Make Ash spoil things, yeah. I think that's probably the biggest spoiler I've ever done on stream, actually. It probably is actually the biggest spoiler I've ever done on stream. We've done like future spoilers before, but not something as egregious as that, where I just say what the bloody answer is. Oh, goodness me. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you did not at all. Did you, Theory?
It's more than Ashrita deserves.
That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt when that happens. Yeah, that's certainly the curse. Yeah, hand the host something to read. They will read it. Even if it's secreted behind lock and key, because Titan, thank you, Score. Thank you, the 100 bits only. And oh god, that is unfortunate. Oh, after lock-in. Okay, fair enough. So it's not as bad. I mean, that's what happened here. Is it happened after lock-in, but it's still not fun because you ruined completely all of the tension. I hope QSL went well, by the way, Theory. Quiz show live, by the way, for those not in the know. And the podia looked very, very swish, must be said. I don't know if anyone's actually seen the public pictures about that. I'm in a private conversation about it, but yeah, the podiums themselves looked very, very swish indeed. And oh, you have stories. All right, we'll chat about that in the near future then. In the meantime, enjoy a 24-hour game show marathon this weekend, because that will be happening. I won't be there, obviously, this time round, but maybe next time round. Sort of do it on a yearly basis or bi-yearly basis, something along those lines. But yeah, do enjoy 24-hour game show marathon and all of that fun stuff. And I know Dev has been doing some stuff with Time Shock, talking to me about that. So could be some fun. Can't wait to see Tired Americans play Deal or No Deal. Well, I don't know, because it looks like Buzzer Bob has got an interesting little thing for the first game of the stream when they're not so tired, which might involve some carrots. I don't know, but it does look very interesting. Oh, you're so tired, Theory. Well done to Mr. Vertigo. Full 1,000 to you. Commiserations to Rune. Unfortunately, we're the furthest away with your guess. Getting no points for that as the bot reconnects to Twitch chat. That's always promising to see, isn't it? Anyway, let's continue on, shall we? We've got one final question. Thank you, Alex, for highlighting the next question, the box that I need to read, except I'm reading it from the screen instead of the sheet. But thank you for that. That's why I need some help. Question number 5. Oh, wait, stop moving your box. Question number 5. Have a look at this. Across all 35 seasons of The Simpsons currently broadcast, how many times are the words Simpson or Simpsons mentioned in the title of an episode? And no, the Simpsons movie will not count here. Answer between 1 and 768 Simpsons. Across all 35 seasons of The Simpsons currently broadcast, how many times the word Simpson or Simpsons mentioned in the title of an episode? That was a very loud whisper in public chat, Topper. A very loud whisper. Didn't have any numerical response to it, though. Wouldn't let you submit. Oh, Hackbox didn't go through. Okay. Well, that'll be why you did that, then. Let me see what Hackbox says. Is Hackbox alive? Should be alive. I received some messages. Strange. I definitely did receive some messages from some users. Okay. Answer didn't go through. Okay. Well, let me do the usual thing then, where I try and reconnect the Hackbox client, because it looked like that some users were able to send an answer through. So yeah, I don't know why some didn't. That's not on me. You have a run out of time message, so that means you didn't submit an answer in time. Well, he should be able to whisper at any time. Even if Hackbox doesn't work, you should be able to use Twitch Whispers to send an answer through. It should still allow that regardless. Well, anyway, let me restart the Hackbox thing. Right, so I've sent that through. I did this last time, didn't I? Where I kind of restarted the question again. But didn't actually put a proper way around doing that, and it got a bit messed up. Screw it. We'll just continue on. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's see the answers that did come through. Oh, not many at all. Yeah, not many answers managed to get their way in at all. Tadaro, Topper, Ohei, Hex, Zeus, Miss Vertigo, Shearer, and Connor did get an answer in. I believe Topper is playing on Hackbox, so was able to get a whisper answer in. So that should have happened. It should have been able to do that then. Those are the answers that came through. Tadaro is just playing through whispers. That's fine. Ohei is playing through whispers. But I think Topper was playing at one point on Hackbox. So, but anyway, whatever it is, hopefully it should reconnect on Hackbox for the next question when it comes round. Let's have a look to see what the correct answer is. 28 was the correct answer, and not many of them at all. In fact, we just keep the order the same way. There have been, as you can guess, 768 episodes of The Simpsons in all, and a good 600 too many, says Oni. But yes, only 28 of them have the word Simpson or Simpsons in the name of the episode. That's all you're looking for there. So in the order listed here, Tadaru getting the most with 863, then Topper 837. Oh, 772, Hex 579, Zeus 524, Miss Vertigo 469, Shiru 353. That there is the end of the round. I do hope that the next round all works fine on Hackbox, but we will see. Let's have a quick look at the leaderboard. Top of the leaderboard right now is Vixen on 5652, then it's Zeus on 5304, and then it's Puzzle Down on 4906. Next up, we've got Silver Electron on 4397, then AJB on 4235, and then Tadaru on 4016. Those are our top 6 currently on the leaderboard. And a reminder, you need to be in the top 6 at the end of the next round to advance through to the final bonus round in Special Relativity. Right, let's see what happens when we do this. We go on to round number 3. Oh, I didn't want Hackbox to go breaking again. This is Social Relativity. It's much like round number 2. However, we will split you up into 3 equally sized groups afterwards. Only the group that contains the correct answer will be the ones that score any points. Anything from 500 up to 1,500 for being in the scoring zone. Obviously, more points the closer you are to the correct answer. Anyone in non-scoring zones, though, get absolutely nothing. That's what you'll be careful of. Only about a third of you are going to be scoring points on each of these questions, but the questions are more valuable still. If I could ask... well, I guess anyone out there. I'm going to reveal the question in a moment. If you could just give me a yay or nay in Twitch chat to see if you actually receive the question delivered on Hackbox, and then I'll move on afterwards. Just so I know that we've got people on an even keel at this point. Right, let's see. Question number 1 is this. Across all 32 seasons, thank you very much, of Premier League football matches since its inauguration in 1992, how many times has a player been shown a red card? Answer between 32 and 3,200. Thank you everyone for your messages, appreciate it. Across all 32 seasons of Premier League football matches since its inauguration in 1992, how many times has a player been shown a red card? And that there is time. I mean, I wonder if it's something to do with just me being slow with the game, because there was a lot of talk on one of those questions there, and it just might have just gone idle, but I have it pinging-ponging to keep the connection alive, specifically purposed to do that, to keep the connection alive. So maybe I don't send just ping-pongs, but actually send actual statuses every once in a while to keep the entire thing alive. I don't know. Well, let's see where you have gone here, because I haven't had that happen before on drop, and that uses my own control system rather than Hackbox. So, and I know I definitely use ping pong in that specifically. So I don't know. Lowest guess we've got is Rotten Rapunzel with 50 red cards across the 32 seasons. Hex with 150. Tadaro with 269. Oh, hey, and AJB with 369, Amy with 459, Sue with a 555, City Cat with a 666. Then we go into the thousands. Timor with 1,000, Shira with 1472, Matt with 1,500, Topper with 2019, and Pyro with the biggest guess of 2488. Now let's split you up into 3 equally sized groups. How many times has a reverse card been shown? Once. Max Fosh, though probably not in Premier League football, so counts as 0, I suppose. But Max Fosh has indeed shown a reverse card before in a football match. Blue Zone is from 32 up to 507. Green is from that up to 1,072. And then we've got a big red zone from 1,072 up to the maximum of 3,200. So that's where you lie. Only the scoring zone will count. What is the correct answer? Who's scoring? Who's not? $1,806 red cards. Vixen was the closest guess. Well, that's going to be a punch in the gut for Matt, I think. Vixen was the closest guess, 1,330. Then it's Natter, 1,321. And then it's Connor, 1,220. So, yeah, that averages to around 56.4 red cards per season, which surprisingly comes to about one red card every 213
Vixen
games.
outdoing me on a red card question. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Thank you for the 100 bits there, Matt. Everton are the dirtiest team in the league, scoring 107 red cards in total, because Leeds United aren't good enough to be a regular Premier League side, presumably, says Oni. So, yes, all of the Reds getting the points there. All the Reds. Pyro Pygmy was the furthest away in the scoring zone, getting 500. Everybody else, unfortunately, getting absolutely nothing there. So, yeah, a total of 1,806 red cards. Very naughty players indeed. Matt did guess the only Premier League side to have never received a red card, though, so well done him. He knows at least some football. Okay. If you're ready, moving on to question number 2, have a look at this. How long in minutes is the longest film ever made? Answer between 300 and 51,420. How long in minutes is the longest film ever made? I swear this question has been asked before. I swear this has been asked before. Something tells me I think this might have been a David Bodicum question at one point. Either that or possibly Clive, actually. But I'm pretty certain I've heard of this question before. But we'll see. Let's have a look to see where everyone has gone. Okay, smallest guess we've got is O'Hay with 729, Hex with 800, Connor with 800, Mr. Vertigo with 1,440 minutes. Doing the math on that, that's like 7-8 hours, something like that. Shira with 1,500, Arun with 4,800 minutes. Sure. Cetra with 10,779. Then we're going really stupid long. Matt with 14,408. Silver Electron 2376. Clive with 31,998. Stu with all the threes. Curse Tuka with 40,000, and that's with the biggest 46,087 minutes. What the hell's going on? Oh, sorry, 40 minutes is exactly 24 hours. I can't do math. Well, let's split you up into 3 equally sized groups. Okay, so blue is from 300 minutes all the way up to 10,945 minutes. Then from green, from that up to 30,245, and then red from that up to the maximum of 51,420 minutes. So this here is the film called Logistics. It is a 2012 Swedish film that details the production cycle of a pedometer, but done in reverse order. From its finishing location in a Stockholm shop on a container ship through Europe and to China, finishing at its factory of origin in Baonan, China. In real time. Correct answer is... So that entire journey, in reverse, in real time, is 51,420 minutes. We gave you the answer in the upper limit of the range. So yes, it's a long film because there's a lot of steps in making a pedometer. There you go. So yes, it's a total of 5 weeks long. It's a 5-week long film. Natter was our best guess in the red zone, getting 1,245. Then it was Rotten Rapunzel with 1,084. Then it was Milk, 1,065. All of the reds get it, including Topper, getting 500 before going into the greens and blues, who score absolutely nothing. So yeah, that is a long film. And if you ever wanted to have something on in the background while you're working, it's all available on YouTube in a 107-part long playlist in easily digestible 8-hour chunks. Because of course it is. Please, there we go. Exactly as I say it. JB.
Holy shit, 3 years. Wild how time flies.
Oh man.
Ash, you inspire a lot of people to good and push the game/quiz show fandom forward in a positive direction. You're why I try to do the same. Also, bumper noise.wav less than
Bumper noise.wav to the same to you as well, JB. Thank you very much for the 3-year resub. I greatly appreciate those very kind words, and greatly appreciate you being around in the community, mate. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you were watching earlier, though it wasn't an exact guess. Players used 2569 as a guess, and they were like 16 away from the correct answer. So you're welcome. But thank you for the 36 months there, JB. I'm wishing you the best of luck with your move coming up soon, and also enjoy 24-hour game show marathon at the end of the week as well, because I understand you will be in attendance this year, so go and enjoy that. It's going to be a lot of fun, because I was there last year and it was a lot of fun, though very tiring as well. So do enjoy it. Well done to the Reds getting the points. Everybody else getting absolutely nothing. That's absolutely fine, JB. Absolutely fine. I appreciate that a lot of people are going to be working, so you don't have to make any excuses for that. Just you being here and just stopping by and saying hi is more than enough. So thank you very much for that, JB. Thank you for the 36-month resub. Right, moving on to question number 3 in this round, Are we really asking this? Sure, we are asking this. How many McDonald's restaurants were open worldwide at the end of 2023? Answer between 13475 and 134,750. How many McDonald's restaurants were open worldwide at the end of 2023? Wheel After Dark on Sunday. Don't worry, JB. It's just being auto-deleted right now. But I can see it. I can see the deleted messages. But yes, Wheel After Dark will be happening on Sunday because, of course, 24-hour Game Show Marathon is happening on the Saturday. And because there are some extra people in town for 24-hour Game Show Marathon, there's going to be Danny, Theory, Toad, and JB all in the same building, all sort of hosting/co-hosting Wheel After Dark on the Sunday, which is going to be... That's going to be some like true chaos there. So if you're around at silly o'clock on Sunday night, that is going to be one hell of a stream. None, because it was midnight, says Proogs. Well, we'll see. Time? What is time, Sunny Cat? We just don't know. Let's have a look to see what you've guessed. So, smallest guess, it's AB, me, and Shiru, who's having none of only shit right now, and going with the minimum guess, because of course that's how it works. Then Hex with 20,000, and then Colo with 25,211. Going up, we've got Arun with all the 5s, Tadara and Sudicat with the 69696, Suyu with all the 7s, Cetra with an 87,820, Vasudis with the 90k, Midget with 100,000, and our biggest guess is Team All doing the counts of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's see where the divisions lie. Okay, almost an even split there. I think the green zone is a little smaller. Blue is from 13475 up to 51638. Then green is from that up to 81961. And then red is from that up to the 134750. So if I was to tell you that the reason for 13475 being there, because it is a very specific number, you might notice, is because there were 13,475 McDonald's restaurants active in the US in 2023. Yeah, so that minimum number is just all of the US. How about the rest of the world? Blue Zone claims it, 41,822. Connor off by 822 McDonald's restaurants, getting 1,471 points for that guess. Then it was Clive, next best, 1,420. And then Ohei, third best, 1,307. And yes, the most expensive Big Mac was, and probably always will be, in Switzerland. Thank you, Big Mac Index. So, yeah, that was the correct answer, was in the blue zone. And, yeah, 13475 just in the US. And then you tack on an extra, however many that is, 28,000 for the rest of the world. So there you go. That is how McDonald's works. That's how McDonald's works. I swear I can say things sometimes. I definitely can. Right, we've got 2 more questions left in this round, and then we will be picking our Super 6 to head on into Special Relativity. Yeah, that's definitely how McDonald's words. I'm wording it. They don't even do that anymore. Question number 4 is this. Across the Asia-Pacific region in 2022... what percentage of the population owns a smartphone? Answer between 0 and 100. Okay. No bonkers ranges here. It is just a 0 to 100% range. Across the Asia-Pacific region in 2022, what percentage of the population owns a smartphone? And this comes courtesy of Statista.com, which I unfortunately do not have access to because, yay, premium statistics mode that only allows you access on a number of the sheets. So, cool. Let's have a look to see where you've guessed. Oh, you all skewed quite high. Lowest guess is 25% from Ralph, then Basunis with 30% and Clive with 33%. We've got Kastukin, Tadaro and Sportsy on the midpoint, 50%. Cetra's on 60%. We've got 3 players on the 69%. That might be close to an edge case, potentially, for a midget on the internet, Miss Vertigo and Vixen. Biggest guess we've got is Connor, with 90% of the population in the Asia-Pacific region owning a smartphone. Let's have a look to see where the divisions lie. And my prediction was absolutely on the money, yes. Blue is all the way up to 59%. Well, technically 58.5%, but we round up on the display. And green is from that up to 69% exactly. So we do have an edge case for a midget on the internet, Mr. Vertigo and Vixen. They are on the edge of both green and red here. And then red zone from 69% up to the maximum of 100%. So that is where we lie. What is the correct answer? Ooh, Red Zone claims it's 76%. Timor and ABB and Silver Electron all equally close, off by 1%, getting 1,429 points apiece. Then next best were Pyro Pygmy and Ohei, getting 1357, and the next best was Arun, getting 1286. All of the Reds, including those on the edge on 69, claiming some points. Connor was the furthest away in the scoring zone, getting 500. Everybody else getting absolutely nothing. And given the current rates, apparently the number is forecast to become 94% in 2030. 94% of the population with a smartphone. 94%. That is bonkers. but I can totally see it. It very much is the way of the tech these days. So well done to the Red Zone, scoring some points. And we have one final question left for you here. Quit giving children smartphones. I know, right, Theory? I was never given a smartphone, or any phone actually, for that matter, throughout my life. I actually paid for every single phone that I own. Never had any hand-me-downs. Same for my brother as well. He always paid for all of his phones as well. Anyway, final question. And there could be a number of zeros to worry about here. Good luck. The question is this. What's the recommended retail price in British pounds for Lamborghini's newest hybrid supercar, the Revuelto? Answer between £100,000 and £1.5 million. Got a normal cell phone while I got a car because my mother wanted me to have that security. Fair enough, Theory. Didn't get a smartphone until grade 8, and that was 3 to 4 years after most of the rest of my classes at Espion. Fair enough as well. Like, I can understand from a parenting point of view that if you have a smartphone, then you can have a sort of a closer eye on what your children are doing and where they're going and things like that. But back in the day, oh god, that's me speaking as if I am any sort of authority, being an aged person, only shy of 37, you know. But back in the day, didn't have to worry about that. You just sent your kids out for the day, and they tended to show back up after the day was done, and there were no phones or anything to be had to keep in check of everything. But now, yeah, everything has to be kept in check, and kids probably don't have necessarily the same freedoms as they used to, even if having said tech should allow them to be able to have said freedoms more often. It's a bit weird. Back in the day, I had a phone plugged into my house. Yeah, indeed, Proot. I don't anymore. I only have fibre now, so that's only my internet. The one thing I did actually say last week to one of my bandmates is we were talking about mobile phones, just in general, and the fact that kind of neither of us, and probably quite a few people, don't use our mobile phones for its primary named purpose of being a phone. We use it for texting people, using social media, watching videos, this, that, and the other. But I very rarely use that as a phone, like actually talking to someone through the device. Pretty much never. The only people I do that with is my family. Everybody else, like if I'm using Discord or something like that, I tend to be on my PC instead to do that. And yeah, using the phone pretty much never. Texting, forget about it. The only texts I use are ones that get sent to me from two-factor authentication. That's it. That's all I get for text messages these days is other services sending me it. Anyway.
Remember my smartphone? You were repulsed by it.
I was indeed, Oni. Hey, but it works. Thank you for the 100 bits. I should stop waffling, because otherwise Hackbox is going to disconnect, isn't it?
Who remembers touch-tone phones?
Oh, that's a thing. Thank you for the 100 bits, Matt. Right, let's have a look to see where you've guessed for the Lamborghini. We're talking about something completely different here. Lamborghini, the Revuelto. How much do you think it costs? Who remembers Bakelite? Oh my god, really getting into the aged stuff now. So Midget on the internet is our lowest guess with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then Sportsy with 320,000. Topper with all the threes. Ralph with 500,000, £500,000. Vixen and Sunny Cat with a 696969. Amy with the 8 million. Silver Electro 800,000 even. Silver Electron 900,009. Mr. Vertigo and Hex going with the full million. AJB with the million plus a 69,420. Sue with all the ones. Biggest guess we've got is Matt with 1,319,355. That's a very, very specific number. Let's split you up into 3 groups. Death of the Phone, Lecture from AT Bash. Oh god, I'm definitely not in any situation to be an authority on mobile phone use. I keep pressing the red button. Why can't I see Romance Dragon Nathan? Oh Yes, because this isn't bloody BBC. Anyway, we have an edge case again. How have we got an edge case with numbers like this? So Blue Zone is from 100,000 up to 696,969, tied for Vixen and Sooty Cat. So you are both in blue and green. Green Zone from that up to 977,055. And then red from that up to the maximum of £1.5 million. Bloody hell, those are big numbers. I know cars can be expensive. I don't own a car. I can drive, but I don't own a car, so I don't know what the market value is these days. But this is a Lamborghini. Who knows what the numbers are? Correct answer is... Give the Galaxy S4 back to the Parthenon. Well, according to the range we've provided here, relatively cheap at £446,742. Connor was our closest guess, off by just 10 points worth for 1,490. Then it's Zeus, next best, 1,435. And it's Ralph, third best, getting 1,335 points for that guess. All of the Blue Zone scoring, including Midget on the Internet, who was furthest away with the lowest guess of all, but still scoring 500 points for that. So yes, for the stats, nearly £500,000 feels a bit of a steal. The V12 engine combined with 3 electric motors produce 1,001 horsepower, and it's capable of a top speed of 218 miles per hour with a 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, which is roughly the same acceleration as a Formula 2 car. As it's a hybrid, it can drive solely on a battery for 6 miles. But that's what counts as hybrid today, folks. Yay! Yeah, but the speed limit's 70. I know, right, Arun? So, Blue Zone scores. Well done to the Blues. Connor with the best guess, getting nearly the full 1,500. Everybody else getting Zippo. So that's the end of the main game. Let's have a look to see what the final scores are and who is taking on special... Jesus Christ, Ashley. Do you want to try that sentence again? Let's see who's going to be taking on Special Relativity tonight. At the back of the pack, we've got Bassoonist and Danny. Then it's Proogs and Suyu. Midget on the Internet and Milk. Flyboy and Zetra. Hex and Matt. Mr. Vertigo and Colo. Curse Tukan and Sportsy. Timor and Tadaru. Shiro and Arun. AJB and AB Me. Pyro Pygmy and Sooty Cat. Natter and Clive. Silver Electron and Roddy Rapunzel. Just missing out is Puzzle Dan. Our top 6 are Oh Hey, Topper, Ralph, Zeus, Connor, and Vixen. And there are all the final scores there. Congratulations to the top 6 there. Vixen, Connor, Zeus, Ralph, Topper, and Oh Hey. You are through to the final round. Special Relativity to get yourself some extra bonus doots. It was very close at that split point between 6th and 7th. Just looking at 178 points. Splitting 6th and 7th place there, Puzzle Dan. So a closer guess probably would have been enough for you, Puzzle Dan, but alas, not this time round. Vixen, though, 8,700 is a pretty good score to finish on, clear by about 200 from Connor. And everybody else, all of the points you see there have been converted into doots. Thank you very much for playing. That is the end of your game. If you want to, you can still send me whisper answers in to Quizbot 3000 if you want to put any random guesses to questions. They're not going to be worth anything to you, but I'm always curious to see what potential answers people are picking if they were still in the game. But for our final 6 players, your game is still there. If you're playing on Hackbox or Quizbot, or Whispers to Quizbot 3000, you're still in the game. And let's get on to Special Relativity. So, welcome 6 finalists to Special Relativity. We do much like we have done in rounds 2 and 3, however, we will not give you a range anymore. You just need to give me an answer blind. And whoever is furthest away on each question will be eliminated. It is as simple as that. We have prizes paying out all the way from 10,000 doots for 6th place, all the way up to a bonus 100,000 doots for the top prize. You don't have to close your eyes when answering, Topper, but it's optional. So, 6 in, only 5 will survive this question here. We're just going to duck the volume slightly before we start the question. And if you're ready, good luck. And your first question is: in which year was the 1000th unique Billboard Hot 100 #1 single released? Answer now. In what year was the 1000th unique Billboard Hot 100 #1 single released? Have we received all answers? I hope we have. I counted 5. I don't know if I got a 6th. We'll see what happens. When did the Billboard Hot 100 start? It is a very good question to ask. Well, if Hatbox says he submitted, then it shall have logged the answer. But let's go through the answers in the order they were given. They were Defo 6, says Matt. Okay. I was reading the question at the same time as some of them were coming in, so may have miscounted one. First answer that came in was Topper with 2000. Then Vixen with the same year. Because it was the same year, that does mean, Topper, you answered earlier, you are safe from elimination. Vixen, you are still potentially in here. Next was Zeus with 2004. Now both of you are in play here. Vixen takes the lower limit. Zeus takes the upper limit. Only 4 years the difference, though. Very interesting. Fourth answer was Connor with 2012. Zeus, you're safe. Connor takes the upper limit now. Only a 12-year gap. Fifth answer? Oh hey, 1983. So Vixen, you're safe. Oh hey takes the lower limit. And the last answer was Ralph. Year 2000 for the third time. But you're in the middle of the range, so you're absolutely fine. You're safe from elimination. So, we've had, 5 players go with the 2000s and later? And then Oh Hey with a 1983. Does put our division point at nearly the turn of the millennium. 1998. If the answer is below 1998, Oh Hey, you are safe through to the next question. If the answer is after 1998, Connor, you are safe through to the next question. 5 of 6 players believe it is over on Connor's side. But are they right? The correct answer is... They were right to do so, and Connor was indeed the closest out of everyone. 2011 was the answer, so only off by 1. The song was Born This Way by Lady Gaga, or Lady Gaga. As the UK Top 40 was launched 6 years earlier, you'd expect the 1000th UK single to have hit earlier. And you'd be right. It was in January of 2005, and it was Elvis Presley's release of One Night. So there you go. 2011 was the 1000th unique Billboard Hot 100 #1 single. How many times was 1 in that sentence there? Connor pop-mastered it. Off by 1. 1 year out. You are safe through to the next question. Unfortunately, to Oh Hey, that is the end of your game. Thank you very much for playing, but you claim 6th place. And 10,000 doots is the bonus for claiming 6th place. Congratulations on that win. Connor's still in, though, along with the others. 5 still standing. Moving on to the next question. Brace yourselves for the most only coded question of all time. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's not wrong. Yeah. Good luck, folks. Brace for impact. How many milliliters of alcoholic spirits and wines would you need to make one of every cocktail designated an official cocktail of the IBA, the International Bartender Association? Answer now. God. That's 2 in. 3 in. 4 in. Waiting for one answer. 5 in. And that there is time. And Zeus is in this question, says Puzzle Down. What are you suggesting about Zeus there, Puzzle Down? What the hell are you suggesting? This is punishment for not picking beer fridge on All Clued Up. I have zero idea, says Topper. And yes, for any newcomers here, only like drinking. And drinking like Sony. Puzzle Down pleads the fifth. Alright, you can, sure, plead the fifth. Right, let's reveal the answers that came through. Vixen with 5,000. Topper with 12,345 millilitres. Just take stock there. 5,000 millilitres is 5 litres of spirits and wines. And 12,345 is 12 litres of alcoholic spirits and wines. That's a lot of alcohol. Litres. So this is going even bigger. 45,000 millilitres. That's 45 litres of spirits and wines. Oh boy, that's a lot. Yeah, we're just referring to the alcohol here, Ralph, not all of the liquids. 45 litres of alcohol. Or alcoholic spirits and wines. Oh boy, that's a lot. Fourth, Connor with a pedestrian 7.25 litres. Safe through. It's strange to say that 7.25 litres is pedestrian based on these answers. And the last guess. Okay, we have a new upper limit. Ralph with a 157,300 millilitres. 157 litres of alcoholic spirits and wines. That's a lot. That is a lot of alcohol. But I suppose if there's a lot of cocktails and drinks, then it could easily add up. Yes, I put a 1 at the front to panic, says Ralph. So we are between Vixen's very pedestrian 5,000 and Ralph's 157,300, which puts our division point at 81,150 millilitres, or 81.15 litres of alcoholic spirits and wines. Anything below that, Vixen, you're safe through to the next question. Anything above that, Ralph, you are safe through to the next question. I'll read that in a moment only. The correct... Just hook it to my veins. The correct answer is... Bloody hell, Vixen, good guess there. 5,988 millilitres all told, across a span of 89 cocktails, which are officially designated by Oni as the Mojito, the Cuba Libre, and 87 others that don't really matter. Specifically, it's 5,987.75 millilitres, but who's counting? Well, we are. The tuxedo gets really finicky and asks for precisely 1/4 of a spoon of absinthe. Because of course it does. Vixen, your guess was only about a litre off. Which, in the grand scheme of things, was a very good guess. You're safe through to the next question. Unfortunately, to Ralph, you were 2 magnitudes out with your guess. In fact, if you knocked off a 0 and knocked off the 1 on the end, you would have been the closest guess of all. But unfortunately, that is the end of your game. But you claim 5th place and 20,000 doots for that place. So congratulations to you, Ralph. Vixen, you're still in the game. My ideal cocktail is 0 litres of existence, says Topper. Goodness me. We'll just set that across over there to unpack later. We move on to the next question. And I will remind everybody that is still in play to watch your zeros. Watch your number of digits on this answer, because there could be quite a few of them. So be careful, I will advise. Watch your zeros, watch your digits. The next question for our remaining 4 players is this. What is the combined worldwide box office takings of every James Bond film in US dollars, not adjusting for inflation, and also including films not officially released under Eon Productions, but are James Bond films? Answer now. Oh. Again. There we go. Vixen is first in, then Zeus. Connor's in, so we're looking for Topper, I think. And Topper is in. Oh boy, this is going to be a number. Yes, including the non-Eon films. Watch your zeros. Zeros your watch instead. At least $50, says not a cat. Prepare your Dr. Evil pinkies. Well, let's have a look to see what our players have gone for. Does Hackbox accept standard notation? I don't think it does. I actually haven't properly tested it, but it might, it might actually work on the int try-pass or the long try-pass to be able to do E expressions. So it might accept standard notation. I don't know. Let's see what you've guessed. Vixen has gone for $100 million US. Zeus has gone many, many more than that. $25 billion US. God, here we go. Next, we've got Connor with $125 million US. You're in the middle somewhat, so you're safe through. And Topper was our final guess and went with $1 billion and $1, and you are safe through as you are somewhere in the middle. So, it's between Vixen on 1 and 8 zeros and Zeus with 25 and 9 zeros. So our division point is $12,550 US. So, what that means is, below that, Vixen, you're safe through. And above that, Zeus, you are safe through. The total number of films in question is 27 films. There are 25 Eon films. Those are sort of the official Eon canon. And then there are 2 other James Bond films, which are Casino Royale in 1967 and Never Say Never Again in 1983. We are counting those for the purpose of this question. So 27 films in all. What's the combined worldwide box office takings? Number grabber. $7,878,060,107 US. The box office takings range from Casino Royale, unofficial Casino Royales, 41 million. Because, of course, that's already a big number, all the way up to Skyfall's $1.11 billion US, which is the only billion-dollar Bond film on the list. So, Vixen, your guess may have been at least one magnitude out, but with Zeus's guess of 25 billion, that was just too far away. And Vixen, you are still in the game. Zeus, you're out of the game. You claim 4th place, which is 35,000 dukes, and if Topper's being generous, a verdigris medal, but since it's not part of my canon, it's entirely up to Topper if he wants to relinquish such a thing or not. Going back to your 45,000 ml of alcohol, well, enjoy the 45,000 ml of alcohol, and a good game to you. Thank you very much for playing, Zeus. Vixen, you're still in the game. We've got 2 questions left for 3 players. Now you don't have to worry too much about your number of zeros from this point onwards, but of course, try and be as close as you can to the correct answer. What's a verdigris medal? I thought there were only 3 colours. Oh, and so easily they forget. Remaining 3 players, good luck. The penultimate question of the game is this. as the crow flies, oh, we got a double L apparently. If I was to travel from the peak of Mount Everest to the peak of Mount Kilimanjaro, then to the peak of Mont Blanc, then directly back to Everest again, how far will I have travelled in miles? Answer now. We've got 2 guesses in already. I think it's just Topper to answer. And there's Topper's guess. As the crow flies. If I were to travel from the peak of Mount Everest to the peak of Mount Kilimanjaro, then to the peak of Mont Blanc, then to Everest again, what is that full journey? Well, we all know what my geography is like, says Vixen. It's the Crowbar Triangle, says Pop. Bloody hellfire. Can a crow fly in the rarefied air at the top of Everest? Sure, why not? Let's see what our players have guessed. Vixen with 500,000 miles. Then it's Connor with 18,000 miles. So you take the limits. And Topper was our final guess. In the middle with 26,000 miles. You're safe through to the final question, Topper. So it is between Connor on 18,000 and Vixen on 500,000. Which puts our division point at 259,000 miles. Below that, Connor, you're safe through to the final question. Above that, Vixen, you are through to the final question. The correct answer is... yeah, shorter still than Connor's guess. 12,190 miles. Which is, if you want to convert that into meters, is 19,618,188.6 meters. Or more appropriately, 9,908,176 Edmund Hillary's plus a child's shoe. That's such an Alex Horn measure, that is. 9,908,176 at Edmund Hillary's plus a child's shoe. Miles are big. They are indeed big. Welcome to the stream there, Pies. Finital Pies, however the hell you say that. Welcome in on the stream. Connor, great guess. You are safe through to the final question versus Topper. Oh, unfortunately, Vixen, your guess of 500,000 miles was just a bit too far away. And we do have to say goodbye, but you claim 3rd place and a bronze medal of 500 divided by 10,000 doots. 50,000 doots is actually the number you're supposed to look for there. 50,000 doots for 3rd place. Congratulations on that. But Connor, it's one final question. It's a one-question shootout, one might say, versus Topper One Gaming for the win. And it's a doozy of a question for our final question. I will advise you to read the question possibly twice, but you don't have much time to think. Good luck, final players. Connor and Topper. Your final question is this. You know that chessboard problem? The one where you put 1 grain of rice on a square, then you double it for the next square, then double it for the next, and so on. How many squares could you completely fill in this manner if you had 1 billion grains of rice to work with? Answer now. How many squares? Connor is in. And Topper is in. I think I'd be able to guess this one exactly, says Tadaru. Okay. Challenge received then. Whisper me an answer, Tadaru. Whisper me an answer. off by 1 is what I'll say. Off by 1. But I presume the maths you are using is legit. You're off by 1. Let's put that up there. And let's have a look to see what our players have gone for. Connor has gone with 4,000. Topper went with 33. Very, very different numbers, and you take the limits. Which puts our division point at 2017. So what that means is below 2017, Topper, you are the winner. Above 2017, Connor, you are the winner. Finito Pies said 30. Solo Espion says 29. Cheerio says 29. Ralph says 27. All very, very low guesses compared to Connor's 4,000. The correct answer is... $29 squares all told, because for square number 30 you would be 74 million grains short in order to completely cover the 536.7 million grains that you would need just for that one square alone. So you can complete 29 of them within the 1 billion grains of rice. You could not complete the 30th. To complete the chessboard in its entirety, all 64 of them, you would need roughly 18.5 quintillion grains of rice. Better start growing now, because there's apparently 441 years worth of rice production, all told. And yes, it is very much a powers of 2 problem as things get exponentially greater the further along you go. So well done to Topper. Your guess was only 4 away from the correct answer, but means you are the winner. Connor, your guess of 4,000 was too far away. We have to say goodbye, but you claim second place and 75,000 newts. And Topper, you are the winner! Finally, he's done it! You've been in the final on a couple of occasions and always fallen foul, but this time you're able to claim the victory of all. And now I can quit quiz night. No. Don't go quitting quiz night now. We've got more quizzing to do. You did it. You flew into the void, as every victor does in this game. Thank you again to Oni, aka Alex, for this wonderful pack. Do appreciate this pack. And again to Poker for helping proof the pack for tonight's game. Had some lovely, lovely questions in that. And some really, really good fun along the way. And yes, don't quit before the announcement. We've still got some big news coming your way in just a minute's time. So stick around for that news. Right, I think we'll do is roll the titles, roll the credits even, not the titles, roll the credits, and then we'll get to that big news. Full game.
J.
And there they all go, riding off into space. Let's just put that on in the background briefly and bring us over to the full cam over here. There we go. Hiya there. So it's big announcement time, isn't it, folks? Oh, I need to actually look in Discord. Things are happening. No, I'm not very good at vamping at all, Tip, but it just happened to go that way. It seems to have been perfect timing for what we need to do here. So, news, folks. Big news has happened over the past week. In fact, the news happened on Monday, and we've been very, very quick to get things together for the stream on Wednesday. And in fact, I don't want this music on anymore. I want other music on instead. I want this music on. Yeah! Finally! Finally, I can say it! QNL2 is definitely happening! Live! It is finally happening! This Monday, we finally confirmed a venue. It's still taking place in Sheffield, as I did promise before, and it's still taking place on the weekend that I mentioned before, on the 30th of November and the 1st of December. It's still all happening in the same time frame, in the same general location, just at a brand new venue, because the one that we were originally booked for has now just shut down, unfortunately, due to military reasons. And he's still going to be dressed the same. Oh, I don't know about that, Oni. We have to figure that one out. But it is now time to go live over to Lottery HQ. No, it is now time to make the tickets go live. Though apparently it's not happening. We may be having some technical difficulties, folks, while we actually activate the tickets. So just to give you a moment. While we are sorting that out, I will need to talk to you about how the tickets are all working. So this event, QNL2, it's not going to be free this time round, unfortunately. It does cost to actually run these events. And we are looking at £20 for a single day ticket, £30 if you're attending the full weekend. That is the price of the tickets for attending QNL. We will hopefully be streaming it live as well to Twitch for those that can't make it, that can't attend. So that's always going to be on the plan, and given the Wi-Fi situation at the venue, that should happen this time round. But hopefully, fingers crossed and all that, it will happen. But yes, £30 is the full weekend attendance cost. £20 if you're attending for a day. And that is UK, yes. We are doing it in the UK. If you're not in the UK, then if you want to make your way over to the UK, that's absolutely fine. You are more than welcome to come along and attend. But obviously, it will be a bit of a trek for you. Can Twitch play along too? Depends on what games are played, Sunny Cat. If anything from last time we did QNL, we tried to focus on live in-person games. But there were a couple that did have audience play along, but of course, streaming latency issues at the venue meant that was not entirely possible. But it will depend on who's hosting particular games, what those games are. We are essentially going to be trying to make a focus at the live experience of it, but if there is an audience play along, then cool. But that's not the main focus of doing QNL2, because we do this live stream Twitch thing every other week across multiple other channels. This is the one time where we can actually do stuff in person. So we make it as best an experience for that, and then anything else is an added bonus on top. Let me have a quick check on things. I may need to go onto the website itself as well and do things because I'm the admin. It's still not live. Okay, so the tickets should have gone live as of 10 p.m. But apparently Ticket Taylor doesn't want to do it. By the way, to pay for the tickets, you need to use either a credit card through Stripe, or you can use PayPal. I think you can pay through credit card through on PayPal as well, or use your PayPal balance. Those are the accepted methods that we have got. Where is my authenticator? I just need to find it. You don't worry if you don't get it right now. We do have a limit on the number of tickets to sell for the event because we have a limited capacity of around 100 for the event itself. But I don't expect we're going to be selling out immediately, so. But I'm not going to jinx that too much. Let me sign into Ticket Tailor to see what's going on. Was ist los? What is going on with the event? So no ticket types are available for sale. What is happening there? You've tried unpublishing and republishing. Let's put some music on in the background while I figure out the tech for this. So let me see what's happening. Manage ticket types. Let's manage the 2-day tickets. And make them, put them on sale. See if that does anything different. It's the first time we're using any sort of ticketing software as well, so if things are broken, then yeah, that's just because we are running this for the first time ever. Has that done anything different by me changing things? Let's have a look. View the event page. Buy tickets. I think the tickets are now live. I can see the tickets. So I think that's happened. We are now live. The tickets are now live on the website. So if you go... I'll give you the link now. If you go to the link there, tickettailor.com/event/, you can buy yourself a ticket to attend QNL2. There is one other thing I need to do. Where has that gone? Where is that other thing I've got to do gone? There. I'll need to send that. Oops, sorry, what was that? And yes, tickets in advance are required for legal reasons. We will need to have a full list of who's attending for emergency reasons for the venue itself, and also just so for our security, so we know exactly who is attending on what day and with whom as well. You can bring along people. We're allowing you to buy up to 4 tickets for each community member, essentially. But don't just go bringing anyone around. Anyone that you trust, then we essentially are implicitly trusting, so long as you are the one keeping them in check. There are a full list of T's and C's on the website of all the expected behaviours for anyone in attendance at QNL2. Please give that a check, because we don't want to be excluding people unnecessarily or removing them from the venue on the actual event itself. So long as you do things by the book, by what we ask, then everything is all good. If you don't want to bring your +1, that's absolutely fine, Vixen. That's absolutely fine, Vixen, if you don't want to bring a +1. Other people won't have other +1s. It's entirely up to you if you want to bring a +1 or not. But yes, we have a limited capacity of 100, but I don't expect that to sell out immediately. But yeah, the tickets are now live on the website. I will be making an announcement in Discord shortly, and I will also, hopefully, the waitlist email will go out very soon as well for those that were on the original waitlist of tickets. And yes, QNL2 is now officially a go. Further details about what the venue is, where the venue is exactly, will be contained in that confirmation email. We ask you to please keep that information private. We don't want people to know exactly where we are in Sheffield, because we don't want to be doxxed, essentially. So just be aware of that. Any information that we do provide to you through the channels on the confirmation email, that it is private information about the event. Please don't go sharing that out with everyone, because we don't want any old Joe public arriving expecting to turn up to QNL2. We will only have those on the ticketed list to be accepted to go through the door. And apparently all the confirmations have been coming through, so the flow works, and clearly payment is working. If you are having any issues with payment on Stripe or PayPal or whatever, please do get in contact with me on Discord. Hopefully I'll be able to sort any tech issues out. And if you are having problems with payment through that, we may be able to make arrangements through alternate methods, but we can't say for certain that is the case. The only guaranteed ways that you can make payment is through those two that we provide right now. Anything else, is going to be a bit of up in the air depending on how we can actually deal with it. Venue itself is not a hotel, but it is in walking distance to multiple hotels. We can definitely say that for certain. If you can get to Sheffield city centre, then you can get to the venue and you can get to hotels, all walkable distance. So don't worry about that at all. Only thing I might say is Sheffield is built on a few hills, so it might be a bit of a hilly walk, but not nearly as hilly as the one it was from those at St Mary's Gate walking up to the Kenwood Hall venue. That was a bit of a hill. That was a bit of a hill, that one. But for the hotels we have listed for nearby the venue, they should be very easily walkable. Oh, and actually, speaking of that, we do, again, on the confirmation email, you'll see in the list, we do have a recommended hotel option because we do have a block booking of hotel rooms with a specific hotelier. Again, I'm not going to mention exactly what that is because blah, 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 blah. But there is a hotel nearby, though it would have been more convenient for the other venue, but it's still okay for this venue, that if you want slightly discounted rates, we do have that on option for a certain number of rooms. Exactly, JB, though we can finagle the numbers a bit after the fact, but once we get to within like 3 months of the event and closing, they like to lock down the numbers exactly. So yeah, do bear that in mind, that any rooms that are allocated but not used up, I have to be responsible for paying for, but I hope that we don't have to worry too much about that. And also talking about fooderies around the venue, you won't have to worry. It's basically in the centre of Sheffield. You don't have to worry about that. There are food options and drinking options all around. So it should be a very accessible location to get to. Right, I think that's all I need to say right now on stream. If you want to attend, of course, please buy a ticket to do so, and you are more than welcome to join. I will leave that open for the foreseeable future. We'll close it off within a couple of weeks before the event itself. For hosting a game at QNL2, we will be talking about that at a later point. We'll send out a mail shot of some description asking for those that want to host a game at QNL2 as to what your requirements are, what the game is, etc, 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 and then we will pick from those that submit games as to what will actually appear at QNL2. And that may also include online offerings, because on some transitions between games we may use an online game to make it a lot easier to set stages up between two games, to have someone else do something from afar, because we initially did have that planned for QNL1 for the likes of like Colour of Money and Countdown, etc, to be hosted off-site online, essentially, to fill in some time, but that never really happened because internet issues. This time I'm hoping internet issues are not going to be a problem. So if you're interested in hosting a game off-site, you can't make it to the event, we will be potentially looking for online offerings as well during the event. But we'll talk more about that in the future, because there are other events happening this weekend instead in the world of quiz. Speaking of which, the 24-hour game show marathon. Let me get the correct information about that, because there are a few people here in the community that are going to be in attendance directly with the 24-hour game show marathon. It is their 11th year of doing this. They have raised over $70,000 for charity. This one raising money for... Well, they're raising money for Child's Play again, I believe it is, this year. And what have they got on the schedule? Well then, it's a very interesting schedule. We have got, starting off at 12 p.m. Eastern, so that's like 5 p.m. here in the UK, is a good old game of Countdown. Then it's Talk About. Then Wheel of Fortune. Oh, they're putting Wheel of Fortune earlier on this year. I wonder why. Then we've got Filipina game Canabar. That's going to be interesting. Split Second. Then Jeopardy. Jeopardy is an interesting one. I don't know where the link is for that, but I believe if you send a donation of a certain value, to 24-hour game show marathon, you can write a clue to be inserted into one of the Jeopardy boards. Even though David has actually written the full boards, you can replace one of his clues, I believe. Yeah, if you're interested in writing a clue and inserting it into Jeopardy, you can make a donation to make that happen, potentially. Obviously at their discretion as to whether the clues get in or not. Then there's 2-minute drill. 2-minute drill makes its way on the list. Then Power of 10. Now, I did see fancy little dial that Bob shared in your creations. I'm very, very hyped for seeing that little dial. Oh, love that. Dial in your answer, then lock it in. Oh, I'm loving the tech on that. Power of 10. Then you've got Carmen Sandiego. Where in the world is? Then make some noise. Bit of dropout TV stuff there. Then it's Bob Haig's House of Game. Bob's doing some House of Games. Love it. Then say when. Definition. The Mad Dash. The Bank Job is also happening at the 24-hour game show marathon. Then Smush. The Colour of Money. Yes. That's also making its way. Quiz Time Shock is making its way there. That's going to be using my software. That's going to be a lot of fun. Although at 5 in the morning Eastern, I don't think people are going to be very interested in doing quizzing. Certainly at that breakneck piece, but you know, it is what it is. Quiz Time Shock at 5 in the morning. What's the worst that can happen? Then you've got Courier spelling bee. Very good. Then You Bet Your Life. The Floor is happening. Then we've got Tipping Point. Yeah, Tipping Point's making its way. Then Blockbusters. And then, of course, to round it all out, Deal or No Deal at hour 24 of the game show marathon. That is all happening this Saturday, starting from 12 p.m. Eastern, which is 5 p.m. in the UK time, all the way 24 hours later, all the way up until 12 p.m. Eastern the next day. And it's going to be a hell of a stream. That do go and tune into them throughout the throughout the weekend. And of course, the URL for that, if I do the proper shout out, is Game Show Marathon. There it is. Give them a follow now if you're not already doing so, and they will be going live at 12 p.m. Eastern, or just slightly before that on the Saturday. Other things happening in the world of quiz streaming this week. I am back on Friday, so I'll be doing another reminder about that, and also plugging QNL2. I'm going to be doing that a lot for the next few months, so I hope you're ready for that, because I am going to make a big deal about it. But on Friday, outside of that, we'll have Brain Teaser, All Clued Up, and Wipeout. Yes, I'm doing 2 streams this week, Prey. Yeah, I know. It's kind of funky, that. But yes, Brain Teaser, All Clued Up, and Wipeout happening on Friday. And then on Saturday, if you don't want to do 24-hour game show marathon, there will be some Ben. Royal_Flush will be on stream on Saturday night, 8 p.m. UK time for a few hours, and he will have Risky Business, The Purge, and Steeplechase is happening again. That wonderful gem of a game. So yes, Risky Business, The Purge, and Steeplechase is happening over on Ben's side of things on Saturday. If you're wiped out from the 24-hour game show marathon at that time, let me give Ben a shout out. Oh no, I've got to wait another 35 seconds before I can do that. I will waffle through it. And then what would normally be Quarren Stream the Game Show, and what would normally be Wheel After Dark on the Saturday night, not happening, but Wheel After Dark is happening on the Sunday night. So following after Game Show Marathon, and if they're actually awake, they will be doing some Wheel After Dark on the Sunday night instead. Let me do the follow now for Ben. I can't wait another 5 seconds. I've got to waffle for 5 more seconds. All right then. Or I could just not say anything for 5 seconds. That also works. Go. There we go. There's Ben. There's the shout out for Ben. And yes, JB will be doing Will After Dark on the Sunday night with a lot of the Dumpster Lounge actually in person all together, because they'll also be attending at 24-hour game show marathon as well. And that is the weekend quiz. So yeah, lots of stuff happening. do go and follow them all. Do go give generously to Game Show Marathon over the weekend as well. Donate to charity, say for Child's Play. Very wonderful charity that. And if you can buy tickets to attend QNL2, do that as well. I will be doing all of the extra notifications on Discord to let everyone know that that's happening and stuff and things. And oh god, we're finally happening, folks. It's only checks notes. Like a month and a half after I wanted to do it. I was all ready to make that happen in April, and it just got the news at the worst time about the other venue. But it is what it is, how it goes. Thankfully, there wasn't any money at risk with that. But there you go. Right, that is all I need to say right now. I will need to update Twitch with my panels downstairs with all the information about QNL2 as well. Update the alerts on Twitch for QNL2. Add to Discord QNL2. And all the other stuff. Woo! And then, alongside all that, implement new games and things. So, yay. More work for me to do. Right. I think I need to chill. I need to chill and make sure payments are actually going through and not being bounced or anything like that, and then chill for the rest of the evening. Let's send you over to someone else. Let's see who is live currently on Twitch. There is another biggish quiz streamer. Someone with a stream name of Quiz Night. I have no idea where they got that idea from, but there is someone currently streaming with the stream title of Quiz Night. I've got competition, apparently. I think we may go right into them because they're doing a quiz night, clearly. Oh, we do need to do a wheel. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. We do need to do a wheel. Thank you very much for that. I'll keep the raid message ready. Thank you for the 100 bits, but we do need to do a wheel speed. You're absolutely right. I almost forgot about that. So let me quickly do that. I say quickly. If it's in the grid, it won't be quick. We'll be here for another 20 to 30 minutes. But hey, let's find out what happens, shall we? What has the wheel got in for me tonight? It definitely has it in for me, as we saw from last stream. Go! The wheel. And for tonight, set of balls, Ed. Oh, it's a lot. It's a marble race again. It's another bloody marble race. Because of course it is. It's always marble races. It's always marble races because of course it is. But let's go over to Steam because I'm not going to respin the wheel because it's going to do it again because we saw what happened last time. Open up marbles on stream. Well, we always seem to have marble races, all those two lotteries. We've not really had anything else in between across the Chex Notes 21 episodes of this season. I think we've had like in the grid maybe twice. So yeah, it doesn't seem particularly well weighted. Anyway, let me get Marbles on Race loaded up. Marbles on Stream loaded up, should I say, not on Race. Game Capture, switch that over to Direct Capture Marbles. And then switch to camera number 2. And camera number 2, would you like to please open up? Open up camera 2. Where's Marbles gone? Where is Marbles? Marbles? Marbles, where have you gone? Oh, it's running install script. Why? Why do you need to install the redistributable again? I've lost my marbles. Why do I need to install the redistributable again? Just play the damn game. Yes. Running install script. Why? We don't need to do that. I already have the redistributable. I have the bloody SDK. I have the thing that makes the redistributable. Oh, God. Get on with it. Marbles on stream. Hey, it's loading up. Finally getting there. Only took forever. And OBS, would you like to capture it? Thank you. Right, let's go over to community. Now, we did do an Oni track before. Does Matt have any? Matt doesn't, so we're going back to Oni then for... Oh, that. There we go. Let's go with the Inescapable Neon Factory, because I'm feeling neon-y. Broke the marbles. Well, it doesn't quite work that. Doesn't quite work that, because there has to be a single syllable word. Exclamation mark play if you want in on this marble race. Exclamation mark play. God, I've lost my marbles. There they are. Do I still have audio? Yes, I do still have audio. Cool. There's a brass version. Oh, is there? Oh. Hello. I'm very interested if there is a brass version. Brass Department. The code cover. Nemo Eurovision 2024. Oh, okay. From Switzerland. I guess we'll go with that then. We will test that out. We will test to see if the brass version of Brass Department of the code by Nemo, if that works or not. Getting on this race, there's 30 marbles currently in. Let me do the person that I was going to raid has just raided into the other person that was... Are they doing... No, that wasn't the person that was other doing quizzes, but we'll have a look. We'll have a look at someone else to raid into in a moment. Random.org. Quickly have a look. We've got 31 in now, so it's going to be a random number between 1 and 31, which is 10. Oh, well, you may have invalidated it because you've just joined on 32 there.
Manifest me winning. Can I speed run this, Oni?
Can you speed run this? Well, with a finishing time of 1 minute and 46, not particularly. We also have Tipster joining in on 33, but 10th place is going to be our other paying position. So first finish, final finish, and just 10th place, final fish. Final fish and 10th place. Those are our paying positions in this race tonight. I appreciate that, Tipster. Thank you very much for managing the tech behind the scenes, though apparently it didn't work and I had to press certain buttons. Not the final fish! Let's get in on this marble race. 33 in. Only 3 are going to get a payout. Let's find out who is going to break the code. With Brass Department. Oh, need to put the volume up. Oh, I like it already. Mr. Vertigo currently with the lead, heading the way down. Oh, now it's Flyboy. Oh, well, that's very nice. Oh, dissonance. Love the dissonance. Oh, very good. I really like this already. Camera, can you please move? Thank you. Need to catch up with the marbles. That's a very elegant trumpet sound as well. Currently in the lead is Mr. Vertigo. First one heading down. Then it's JB, then it's Shapes, JPB, Jerry, Matt, Tadaro, Suddycat, Polka Dots, Tyrannax Oni and Solar Espion, Theory of Game, AB Me, all heading the way. Whoa, Mr. Vertigo! That was rather fast of you. Head the way down the cylindrical Plinko. And through the funnel. And another tunnel. It's JPB first landing, then JB and Jerry. It's 3 J's, all at the front. Heading their way down into the marble. The lottery machine even, not the marble, the lottery machine. JB's first out. Oh, this is very good. Next up is Sunnycat out of the machine. Not much of a competition, and we are near the end of the track. JB, are you going to be first to finish? Come on. Yes, JB is first to finish. It's not a world record time. You're off by 1.1 seconds, but it's still a win. So we are now looking for 10th place. 2, 3, 4, 5 places down. ABB is number 6. Tipster is 7. Matt is 8. We've got a subscription from Orange attacking me. JB9 Theory, I believe, is 10th
Are too
place.
late for the spin frown.
Congratulations to Theory for claiming 10th place. Now, who's our final finisher? Less than 30 seconds to complete the track now. Come on, Ralph, can you make the finish from there? 20 seconds. It's doable. It is doable. Ralph has finished. Topper has finished. Currently our final finisher, Puzzle Dan. Can you get unstuck? Come on, Puzzle Dan! Unstuck yourself! Oh no! It's not going to be Puzzle Dan. It's going to be, I think, Topper was our final finisher. Yes, it was. 29th place there. So our paying positions to JB Henry. Congratulations, JB, getting 40,000. Oh, just in time on the music as well. Love it. 10th place to Theory of Game. Whoa. 40,000 your way. And also to Mr. Topper One Gaming. Congratulations to you, final finisher. 40,000 your way. You won the race. Or kind of in reverse. Congratulations. It was a very nice version. Brass Département. With the code, there is the YouTube link for you for that particular version of the code, a cover of Nemo's song. He won the race, hey, 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 something like that. Thank you very much for Oren for the 27 months. Just too late for the spin. And Matt with the gifted sub out there to the Cast Slim Shady. Thank you very much for that gifted sub there, Matt. So I am back on Friday with some more quiz night. Yes, I'm doing 2 streams this week. And then after that, all hell breaks loose on the weekend because you've got the 24-hour game show marathon. You've also got Ben with at Royal and Score Flush doing some streams. And then on the Sunday night, you've got Wheel After Dark with JB Henry as well, if he's still awake by that point. Let me quickly go back to Twitch to see if there's anybody else in the category to raid into. Because the other person, they finished. Looks like there is. Looks there is still someone else in the quiz show category, so we may go and raid into them instead. Mr. Gamerman with a live game show, Special Forces. So we'll go and give them a raid and say hi to Mr. Gamerman. I don't know what we want to say. Do you want to say pee pee poo poo? Or is that a bit too vulgar? I don't know. I don't know. Pee pee poo poo. If you feel like you want to say that, then sure, say that. I'll see you on Friday for some more quiz nights. And Q&L2 tickets are now live. Go and buy them. And I'll see you in person, hopefully at the end of November. Take care, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye! Q&L2's happening!